LeBron's house party did exactly what I thought it was gonna do, and that was make the original seem way better than it actually was. And in making this new sequel, which is the 6th installment of the House Party series, it's a bit disingenuous. What it was a LeBron passion project, which I have nothing wrong with. Of course, he's going to play an instrumental part in the story. But I think this movie fell flat because it wasn't really that funny. House Party's reputation is strictly tied to Kid and Play and their legacy. Oh, and it wasn't just Kid and Play, it was the talented comedians, dancers, and choreographers that were involved in it too. To me, this movie had none of that. No star power, only one comedian, I would say, roughly around one. Andrew Santino was pretty cool in it. I felt DC and Drewski could have had a lot more screen time. But I think where this movie falls short is in the actual actors themselves. You cannot get a league of social media influencers and expect this movie to do well. We pretty much already saw the result of that with the Madea Halloween film. This really goes to show that influencers really don't have as much talent as they say they do. While none of those characters really stole the show, it just kind of did the movie a disservice. The celebrity cameos weren't doing anything for the story. The first third of this movie is two grown-ass men trying to figure out how to make a penny. And while I have no real issue with the character Kevin, I did not like Damon. I feel like Tassim Cole as Damon was terribly miscasted. And it's not to say that he's a bad actor, I just didn't feel like the role was fit for him. It seemed like he was written to be the comedic funny guy on the screen, but it really didn't come off that way. And that's why I say movies like this should not be remade. They already have a reputation behind them, so it's very hard to improve upon that legacy. This movie did not add anything new to the franchise whatsoever. Everything from the tropes to the character portrayals, they were basically copy-paste from the original. An example of this would be Melvin Gregg Rotimi and Eldon Maldonado, who basically play the group of bullies within the series. In the original, it was the three grown-ass men, Stab, Pee-wee, and Zilla, and they really stole the show. It was hilarious. And another comparison that I can make is DC Young Fly as the Martin Lawrence type character, who was essentially the DJ, and I did think that DC was very funny. I felt that he should have been a lead, and maybe they should have had more Drewski. Drewski makes a 10-second appearance in this film, when in reality, he should have probably been the star. I think where this film really falls flat is not in the directing, because the directing is not bad at all. It's very simple. I think that Cal Matic is a good director. And I also didn't have a problem with the style of the film. I just really do feel like it fell flat because of the writing. Most of the jokes in this movie weren't really that funny. And it is a bit disappointing considering that we do have the writers from Atlanta on this project. So it's a bit of a surprise to me. There was some chuckle humor. It didn't make me bust out laughing or anything. There were some awkward moments of silence in the theater, very few people in the theater as well, but at the same time, they also didn't market the movie. This film had a domestic opening of $4 million. Complete and utter doggy. I think what they should have done is probably not use the House Party name as an IP. Maybe the project would have been a lot better had they used something else or called it something else. It seems like comedy movies really don't actually have comedians in them, and that's a very crucial part of the film. Having comedians that can also act and read the lines and remember them is good, but also having actors that can kind of just do their own thing and put their personality in the script, that's really important. Quentin Tarantino would specifically write characters for actors, and when he had Chris Tucker on the set, he would let him do his own thing. And he doesn't usually do that, but this is missing with a lot of movies today. Hollywood isn't really friendly to a lot of comedians. I think that's probably why there is an absence of a lot of these talented entertainers. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, I don't know. But at the same time, this movie definitely bombed. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with having a jersey hung up. Anyways, what did y'all feel about the House Party film? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was a waste of time? Is this another LeBron James choke? What do y'all think? Anyways, this is Just Huge, aka Black Hulk, aka Huge Jackman. Feel free to like, comment below, and I'd like to see your honest opinion about the House Party film.